Hello students. Children, in today's video of structure of atom chapter, we are talking about drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model, developments leading to the Bohr atomic model. Under this we are going to study wave particle duality of electromagnetic radiation, line emission spectrum of hydrogen. This is what we are going to cover in this video. Let's start with drawbacks of Rutherford model. Children, when Rutherford was doing his experiment and concluded that there is a center containing positive charge of an atom which is called as nucleus by Rutherford, he also told that it is akin to a miniature of a solar system, where nucleus is playing a role of sun which remain at the center, and electrons are the planets which used to revolve around the nucleus. Like in solar system, planets revolve around the sun. Electrons in this model could not be stationary, as the electrostatic force of attraction exerts would pull them towards itself, and this would form a miniature version of Thomson atomic model. Children, the electron revolving around the nucleus as described by Rutherford, and about that Rutherford said, because electron is negatively charged particle and its motion is also accelerated motion, where the velocity is continuously changing along with the direction of the electron also. Then, according to the electromagnetic theory of Maxwell, accelerated particle would emit electromagnetic radiation when they are moving. An electron in an orbit would emit radiation, and in this way the energy associated with electron will keep on decreasing. Thus, it will start shrinking continuously, and an electron orbiting around the nucleus would follow a spiral path, and the atom will be collapsed ultimately. However, we all know the real atoms are quite stable. So, this is the one where Rutherford did not explain the stability of atom. The another major drawback was he did not describe the distribution of electrons around the nucleus and their energies. Ultimately, children, the Rutherford's model's drawbacks were overcome in the Bohr's atomic model. Now, the developments leading to the Bohr's atomic model. Children, Niels Bohr utilized these following results to get over the drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model, and the results are the wave particle duality of electromagnetic radiation, and second is line emission spectra of hydrogen. Children, when different models of atomic structures were being put forth, some results were obtained from the studies of interaction of radiation with matter, and these results were utilized by Niels Bohr, I said earlier, and one of the result was wave particle duality of electromagnetic radiation. Children, there was so confusion that time, like phenomena, diffraction, interference of light, black body radiation, photoelectric effect. These many phenomena could not be explained by wave nature of light, and only accounted for by considering particle nature of light. The only way that time to resolve this issue was to accept that the light is a light has a dual behavior. It has dual nature. When light interacts with matter, it behaves as a stream of particles, and that stream of particles is called as photon. And when light propagates, it behaves like electromagnetic wave. Now we can conclude that light is made up of particle, that means it is particulate also, and it has a wavy nature also, or you could say that it behaves like electromagnetic wave, and which used to propagate like you are seeing in the diagram. If this is a wave, it must be having its certain frequency, it must be having its certain amplitude, its wavelength also. So let's talk about the characteristics of electromagnetic wave. So children, various parameters used to describe the different types of electromagnetic radiation, and certain parameters we are going to study here. Number one is wavelength. Wavelength is denoted by lambda. The distance between two consecutive crests or troughs is called wavelength. It is represented by symbol lambda, and its SI unit is meter. Another characteristic is frequency. Frequency is denoted by nu. The number of waves that pass in a given point in 1 second is called frequency. It is denoted by nu, and its SI unit is hertz or second inverse. Third characteristic is wave number. Wave number is the number of wavelengths per unit length. Wave number is denoted by nu bar, and its SI unit is meter inverse. Wave number is related to wavelength also, and we can say here wavelength is equal to 1 upon lambda. And the last characteristic, it is amplitude. It is represented by capital A. Amplitude of a wave is a height of crest. Square of amplitude denotes the intensity of radiation. Children, different regions of electromagnetic radiations have different values of frequency or wavelength also. Thus, radio frequency region has around 10 raised to power 6 Hertz. Microwave region has around 10 raised to 10 Hertz. Infrared has 10 raised to 13 Hertz. In vacuum, speed of all types of electromagnetic radiation remains same, which is equal to 3 multiplied by 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and this is called speed of light, and this is the quantity used to be represented by symbol small c. Children, parameters like wavelength, frequency and speed of light are related by an expression c equals to nu lambda, where c is the speed of light, nu is the frequency, and lambda would be the wavelength of electromagnetic radiation. Now, particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. Children, Max Planck put forth his quantum theory in 1900 to explain black body radiation. According to this theory, the energy of electromagnetic radiation depends upon the frequency and it does not depend on amplitude. Planck gave the name quantum to the smallest unit of the energy that can be emitted or absorbed in the form of electromagnetic radiation. The energy of one quantum of radiation is proportional to the frequency or nu. and he has given formula E equals to h nu. Here h is the proportionality constant and it is also called as Planck's constant, and its value is 6.626 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. Then children, in 1905, Albert Einstein explained the photoelectric effect using Planck's quantum theory only. In doing so, he considered electromagnetic radiation as a stream of photons of energy h nu, and a photon has zero rest mass. This is how we describe the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. Let's move forward. Now, line emission spectra of hydrogen. Children, such kind of figures, if you are seeing anywhere, these are called as spectrum. Now let's talk about line emission spectrum of hydrogen. Children, when a substance is irradiated with a light, it absorbs energy. Atoms, molecules or ions which have absorbed radiation are said to be in excited state. Heating can also be give you the excited state of an atom or molecule, and when an excited species give away the absorbed energy in the form of radiation, the process is called emission of radiation, and this recorded spectrum of this emitted radiation is called emission spectrum. Children, of all the elements, hydrogen is having the simplest emission spectrum. The electric discharge is passed in gaseous hydrogen, then what will happen? The radiation will be emitted. Hydrogen spectrum was studied by 5 scientists in 19th century, and the 5 scientists were Lyman, Balmer, Bastian, Brackett and Pfund. They recorded the hydrogen emission spectra in different regions of electromagnetic radiation. The spectra was not continuous spectra. It is comprised of series of lines to the different frequencies. And children, in 1885, Balmer expressed the wave number of emission lines in the visible lines of electromagnetic radiation by formula. This nu bar is equal to 109677 1 upon 2 square minus 1 upon n square centimeter square, and here this is the value which is called as Rydberg constant. So, and this Rydberg constant is also be denoted by this RH. The lines described by the formula are called Balmer series. Rydberg found that all the 5 series of line could be described by the general expression, and this general expression was given where nu bar is equal to 109677 multiplied by 1 minus n1 square 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square centimeter inverse. If we are taking n1 value as 1, 2, 3, then n2 value would be the n1 plus 1 or n1 plus 2 or n1 plus 3 and so on. So children, this is all about the line spectrum of hydrogen spectrum. Thank you children.